Spiritual Teaching 199. Love each other. 1. May the peace of the Holy Spirit be with you. 2. I speak to you untiringly because my disciples will have to face future trials. At that time, I want you to inform others about my teachings. I have taught you the principles of my doctrine, so that you may always reveal their truth and purity to others. 3. My doctrine will unite the world to pursue only one ideal. Once men achieve that unity, they will have more spiritual knowledge and earth will experience peace. 4. Today there is disagreement among the different doctrines and they have different beliefs. Every individual wants to be correct, but who can be correct in a battle of selfishness and personal interests? Who possesses the truth? 5. Some have become vain, believing they possess the truth and are following the path of perfection. Truly I tell you that they do not know the true path, for they do not practice humility. One does not practice humility if he fails to acknowledge that there is some truth in all doctrines. I said in the second era, blessed are the meek and humble of heart. 6. The man who judges the faith and the beliefs of his brethren separates himself from salvation, for in his pride and foolishness, he tries to imitate God. 7. Be sincere with others. Do not be a hypocrite. Be aware that you have a long path to travel before you achieve spiritual perfection. 8. Whoever considers himself unworthy of all that he receives will never be able to praise and glorify himself because of his humility. There will be a confrontation between those who are humble and those who are not. That battle will differ because some will rely on their material power, whereas others, who are materially poor, will only be able to battle with their spiritual heritage of love. 9. My people, you now know that I have united this multitude by having gathered individuals from different places throughout the world. The spiritualists and the disciples from this group belong to various sects and religions throughout earth. I will not unite them inside a house of prayer, but I will unite them in my divine law and spiritual love. Truly I tell you that you will not belong to this family only because you have entered these houses of prayer where I speak to you about spirituality. One must truly love his brethren to belong to this family. 10. Do not become frightened thinking that you will have to battle against beliefs, customs, and mistakes that have existed among mankind for many centuries, nor should you be concerned that you are few in number. Be aware that the enlightenment that I have brought you with my teachings comes to destroy the chains of spiritual ignorance and slavery. 11. What can the spiritualist be accused of if he fulfills his material responsibilities on earth and also the spiritual and moral laws by practicing deeds of love and virtue along his path? But be careful not to practice anything that is against my teachings so that human justice will not declare you non-virtuous. Presently I say to you, as I did in the second era, give to God that which belongs to God, and give to Caesar that which belongs to Caesar. If you do that, your life of purity and love will thus be judged. 12. Obey the laws that govern your nation, and also respect the laws that govern other nations. 13. I leave you my teachings to study and to analyze. 14. Arise as messengers, imitate the divine shepherd, and take the good news to your brethren. 15. Truly I tell you that mankind shall be saved through you. 16. I am guiding you step by step through the path of love, a narrow path, but one that will bring you comfort and peace. 17. I want to perceive you following the path of the Divine Master, a path that leads to true joy and peace. Do not travel through the path of evil, for it will separate you from me. 18. Those who have fulfilled their mission are now with me. I come as a loving and charitable Father to remind you to dedicate a few moments to me daily. 19. I say to my workers, struggle and work so that when 1950 comes to an end you will have an abundant harvest. 20. You have a delicate mission to fulfill. Some will need to journey to distant lands to fulfill their mission, whereas others will fulfill it among their own family. 21. The spiritual heritage that I have given you in this era is the same one that I gave you in the past. However, you broke the pact of love and goodwill that you made with me long ago, and it was necessary to remind you about that pact. 22. Behold that humanity lives in a state of vice and sin, but you, my people, must keep your hearts pure so that you will remain strong and be saved amidst the confusion. Those who are witnessing my manifestation need to be spiritually united and strong, similar to a chain that will not break. Each of you will represent a strong link in that chain. 23. Help those who have weakened to become strong. I offer my charity to all, but some have yielded to temptation and have not yet listened to the voice of their conscience. It is your responsibility to help them along their path until they are able to follow my path of love. 24. My children, attend to the Father's teachings, because that which belongs to you is being taken care of. 25. I have given you a physical body to help you fulfill a delicate mission on earth. O spirits, guide that body with love, because you will experience great sorrow if you do not fulfill my mandate. 26. You need to guide your physical body and not allow it to detain you from fulfilling your mission. 27. Sow my seed and make it grow, so that when you return to the Father you will bring numerous seeds. 28. It is my will for you to live in a humble manner, but due to your ignorance many of you plead for material things. 29. You have not taken care of the spiritual gifts I have given you. I gave them to you to protect yourself during harsh times, and not for you to leave them behind along your path. 30. You have had my new manifestation of love since 1866. Have you perhaps lacked anything? 31. Blessed is the one who has patiently endured his better ordeal, for his suffering will convert into grace. 32. Prepare the temple of love in your heart, because the Father has wanted to dwell in it for a long time. 33. Fulfill your mission with love. Thus everyone will observe that Christ is in you. 34. It is my will that you obey my word and that you set good examples for others to follow. Use the strength that I have given you to accomplish this. I have given you a path to follow that is filled with wisdom. Follow my footsteps and ascend to the top of the mountain. 35. Some of you ask me for money, but I say to you, in the first era you had vast riches on earth, but disobeyed my law. Today, there is bread on your table, and you will need to fulfill your mission during this brief period. Help your brethren as much as possible so that at the end of your journey you will present me numerous deeds of love. 36. Do not fear those who dwell on earth. Instead fear my divine justice. 37. All human beings are my children, and each one will come to me at the appropriate time. 38. I offer my blessings and spiritual gifts to all beings through those who follow the Divine Master. 39. Cultivate the fields prepared by the Divine Shepherd, which are the hearts of all human beings. 40. When the shepherd perceives one of his sheep lost or in need of help, he will go help it and bring it back to the sheepfold. 41. My people of Israel, you are experiencing difficult ordeals, but the Father gives you the strength to triumph over them. 42. If you fulfill your mission on earth, you will experience great joy in the hereafter. 43. The doors of heaven are open awaiting all those who want to enter. You will discover those doors in your conscience. 44. Today, I have come to sit you in my table of love to offer nourishment to your spirit. 45. Children of my divinity and disciples of the divine master, allow the wisdom from my message of love to penetrate into the most intimate part of your spirit. 46. I welcome you, my people. You have arrived before me spiritually weary, sick, and sad. 47. I want you to receive spiritual enlightenment from my divine teachings, because they will offer you strength, joy, and healing balsam. 48. Why do some of you consider my manifestation through human spokesmen strange? 49. I have not told you that I am present in the body of the human spokesman. I have only told you that his human mind is able to receive my inspiration. I am bringing a new message to humanity, similar to an immense fountain that is pouring its water upon the thirsty fields and orchards. Thus, I am pouring my knowledge and enlightenment into the human mind. 50. The human spokesman transmits my inspiration through words that are filled with love and tenderness. In those words, you will discover a healing balsam to heal your body and spirit. Also, I have come to teach you to worship the Lord in the true altar, not in altars of darkness, idolatry, and fanaticism. 51. Prepare yourself to receive the great spiritual wealth that I have brought you. Let me now remove the veil that you have so that you will comprehend the complete meaning of my new message. 52. I have come to help you comprehend my doctrine spiritually without the use of books. I have come to help you interpret the true meaning of all my revelations. Thus you will not fall into idolatry, because you will no longer allow symbols or rituals to prevent you from spiritually evolving. You will now penetrate into the true meaning and essence of my doctrine. 53. You have been told that the angels in heaven are eternally listening to celestial music. Accept this figuratively, because the music in heaven is unlike that of earth. If you believe otherwise, due to your materialism, you are mistaken. Celestial music refers to the harmony that exists between God and all beings. 54. But why are some unable to understand this, given that everyone carries in their spirit a musical note from that celestial concert? Why are some who are listening to this teaching unable to comprehend it and interpret it correctly? Why are some unable to listen to that divine music? 55. O my beloved children, seek enlightenment through prayer, because your ability to comprehend is weak. Ask me questions through prayer, because no matter how profound your questions are, I will respond to you. I will also ask you questions during prayer. During those moments of communication between the Divine Master and his disciples, truth and enlightenment will emerge. 56. Celestial music refers to the presence of God within your being. Your spirit will become a part of that divine concert once you have achieved true spiritual elevation. That is the true meaning of celestial music and the singing of the angels. Once you are able to comprehend this and hear that music within your being, you will have discovered the truth and will feel the presence of God. Life offers you an eternal and divine concert, and in each musical note, you will discover a new revelation. You have not yet listened to those beautiful notes playing in perfect harmony because not all beings have achieved true spiritual elevation. If you were now able to listen to those musical notes, they would lack harmony, and you would not discover their true beauty. It is necessary to go beyond the physical senses, beyond human passions, and beyond the darkness of materialism to listen to the celestial concert of God within your spirit. 57. Why do you believe that my communication through human spokesmen is impossible if the entire universe is communicating with you? Why do you think it is impossible for my spirit to manifest itself through the human mind? If everyone is filled with thoughts from God, how could it be impossible for God to communicate with you? If the angels, the planets, the heavens, and all creation are filled with His presence, why would I not be concerned with your spirit Or why would I want to abandon it? Have you not realized all of that is impossible? 58. Listen carefully. I am the divine master, and this planet is a school for your spirit. Life on earth, along with my teachings, form the perfect lesson. How could you believe that I would abandon my responsibilities and forget my disciples? 59. My people, again I say to you that the music from the celestial concert is now playing, and that it is necessary for you to elevate your spirit in order to listen to that music playing in perfect harmony. But even if you do not elevate your spirit, the celestial music will continue playing, awaiting those who prepare themselves to listen. 60. I want you to develop sensitivity for things that are spiritual, thus making life on earth easier to cope with, where you experience so much suffering and weeping. 61. Do not listen to those who deny that I am in you and with you. Awaken and listen to that part of my concert that I am now letting you hear. Up to now, you have only been willing to listen to the echo of human weeping and the loud noise of wars. This offers the best evidence of man's state of disorder and lack of harmony, which is present throughout the world and in all phases of human life. 62. Wars among brothers and those with different beliefs are occurring everywhere, great and small, strong and weak. Believers and non-believers are involved in that state of confusion and turmoil. But the time to prune is approaching, and truly I tell you that all trees producing bad fruit will need to be cut. 63. Suffering, the passage of time, and truth will be the relentless sickle that will cut the roots of the bad weeds. They will later be thrown into the fire of wisdom, where everything that is false will be consumed. 64. Amidst this chaos there are those who doubt my love. And I say to you, how could I abandon this world, if I am the only one who can restore order to the chaos and confusion? 65. Do not forget that whenever you find yourself in darkness, I will come to help you, for I am the light of the world. 66. Men are the ones who provoke the storms, but it is my responsibility to teach mankind to live in peace. I am doing that through my doctrine, which I have given to man during all years. This doctrine, similar to a concert of beautiful music, is a message from the spiritual kingdom of love and justice. 67. I will continue to speak to your heart. The kingdom of heaven wants to manifest itself on earth. Allow it to manifest itself through you. 68. It is impossible to separate God from his children and for Christ and mankind to be distant from one another, just as it would be impossible for a body to exist without a head or a sun to exist without planets. 69. When you rejoice in the divine truth, you will experience and enjoy many beautiful things in your existence. When you achieve the spiritual freedom that I have come to offer your spirit, you will be able to spiritually journey through the heavens and to different planets. 70. I have come to comfort you during this period of suffering which was foretold my prophets. Rojas, my messenger in this period, spoke about the ordeals that were to come. I also informed you, through the first spokesman, that the prophecies were now being fulfilled. Those who listened to me when this manifestation first started will remember that the Divine Master said, "Behold that life will change and that humanity will endure a very bitter chalice. Nations will be at war with one another, and parents and children will reject each other. The husband will abandon his wife, and she in turn will be unfaithful to her husband. Many children will become orphans, although they still have their parents. Many will perish due to the great hunger, sin, and vices that will exist among humanity." 71. Behold that after a few years all that suffering, like a strong current of water, will sweep away human lives, homes, cities, beliefs, and institutions. I say to those who are listening to me to remain alert and to pray so that they will not be swept away by that current. 72. Guard and protect the virtue of your family and the peace of your home. Behold how even the poorest can have this beautiful treasure. Be aware that the human family is a representation of the spiritual family. In the family, the man, the father, truly bearing a similarity with his celestial father. The woman, with her maternal heart full of tenderness, is the image of the love of the divine mother. And the family that is formed through this unity is a representation of the spiritual family of the Creator. The home is the temple where one can learn to fulfill my laws if the parents know how to prepare themselves spiritually. 73. The destiny of parents and children is to return to the Divine Father. But first they need to mutually help one another in order to fulfill their mission and restitution. 74. Life on earth would be much easier, and the weight of the cross that each being has to carry much lighter if parents and children loved one another. The most difficult ordeals would be easier to cope with if humans practice love and understanding with one another. By accepting and fulfilling the will of God, man would experience spiritual peace. 75. The first institution on earth was marriage, because that union was blessed by the Creator, beginning with the first male and female on earth. Throughout the eras, my revelations and divine laws have informed you of the importance of that mission. While I was on earth, I enjoyed visiting married couples and families. My presence in those homes sanctified those unions and blessed their fruits. I spoke to the children, to the youth, to spouses, to parents, and to the elderly because it was necessary to restore everything and to offer new enlightenment on how one should live on earth. Your life on earth represents a phase of the spiritual life. My word was for all beings. That is why, whenever I spoke, mothers would hastily arrive holding their children by the hand and on their arms. When Jesus told the multitudes, "Whoever knows the Son, knows the Father," those simple beings truly felt that they were listening to God from the depths of their hearts. They would tell the Divine Master, "Alleluia, you are the Messiah whom we had awaited. Blessed is the one in whose name you have come." 76. Today, a new era for mankind has opened with my arrival. Although the essence of all my teachings remains the same, I have come to remind you about things that you have forgotten, to offer you new teachings, and to help you to live a more elevated life on earth. 77. If you were fulfilling my law on earth, do you believe that I would have come during this era to manifest myself through human spokesmen? 78. With my teachings, I have come to cultivate the seed that I previously sowed in your spirit. However, I will speak in this manner only until 1950. Afterward, I will continue to enlighten your spirit, communicating with you from spirit to spirit. Today, I have come to remind you of God's principles which you ignore. I offer you my divine advice, and I once again say to you that I bless the institution of marriage and the family. But in order to expand your spiritual horizons and to prevent you from becoming vain, I have come to teach you to form a true spiritual family among this multitude who listens to me. The father of this family is God, and all the beings throughout the world are your brethren. 79. When one fulfills his responsibilities with his family, he will feel stronger and more worthy, even when he has to depart from his home, his city, or even his nation to spread my teaching to other places. Do not be afraid, because I have said that you will have to depart from your home and community. I will take care of what you leave behind, and it will not be necessary to take much. To help you fulfill your mission, I will, beforehand, prepare the roads through which you will travel. Also, I will open doors along your path and will spiritually prepare those individuals to whom you will take my message. A sacrifice of blood does not await you, although you will need to sacrifice some of your earthly pleasures. If one departs from his home to take my teaching to other lands, his home will be blessed. I tell you these things because I will continue to manifest myself in this manner only 3 more years. and I want to leave you prepared so that no one will surprise you. Your gift of intuition will guide you during that period so that you will know where to go and what path to follow. My disciples will not be traveling by themselves, because they will be accompanied by numerous spirits assigned to help them. Elijah, the spiritual shepherd, will illuminate the paths and protect his sheep. Through your loving deeds, you will fulfill the will of God. 80. You are not the only ones who are responsible for this work. There are beings in the spiritual valley who are ready to incarnate on earth after you depart to continue with your work. The world will change, but the change will take place gradually. 81. Meditate on my word, so that you will attain enlightenment. Once humanity becomes aware of the place that it occupies in God's creation and its mission, it will realize that its destiny is always to love and to bless everyone and everything. My peace be with you.